It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Friday. We made it Friday, August 1st. Oh my gosh, we're in August. We're in August. I just had a panic attack. We're in August. Oh my goodness. Welcome to August. Holy moly. August 1st. It's going to be a great month. Okay. I'm going to call it like it is right now. I'm going to say it. I'm going to declare it. August 1st is going to be a phenomenal month for all of us. That is you too. Welcome to Daily Dose of Donna. It's going to be an amazing day, an amazing month, and an amazing weekend. What are you guys doing this weekend? We have so much to talk about. Well, we just have like a catch up. We have a catch up from yesterday's deposition, plus some other Bravo updates, plus some other fun news, setting the record straight on all kinds of um, misinformation about the case and about a couple other things, taking advantage of facts and twisting them to tell people's stories. You know me, I love uh to break through the lies. We're going to talk about all that. Plus, one of your favorite shows. And when I say your favorite show, I mean really your favorite show because it's not my favorite show. And Just Like That was canceled. And I have thoughts. We're going to talk about so many things, plus Kim Zolciak telling on her daughter in front of her. All these things. Everyone, are your arms ready? Are your sprinklers ready? Let's do it, you guys. It is your daily dose of Donna. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I am so grateful for you guys because I hit 49,000 subscribers here on Daily Dose of Donna. Oh my goodness. 49,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I am less than 1,000 subscribers away from 50K. Like, what should I do at 50K? How can I celebrate? And do you think I'm going to be able to hit it before Dosers Live on August 23rd? That's the question. Do you think I can hit 50K before August 23rd? I think we should start not a GoFundMe, like a GoSubMe. That's what I want. A GoSubMe. So if you are here, can you please subscribe? Tell your friends. Remember how lovely it was that one day when I had everyone run over and subscribe for Ken's Existing to Thrive after she got her subpoena? Like, let's do that. Let's like round them up, y'all. Round up your friends. Tell your friends. Tell the neighbors. Tonight when you're out drinking at the local dive bar, or when you're, playing mahjong with your mom friends, or when you are at the local, watching baseball. I'm sure there's a Cubs game on tonight or something. There's got to be something going on tonight. I want you guys to do whatever you're doing. Tell your friends, wear your florals, bring your clitorals, and sub to Daily Dose of Donna. All right, work it out. Let's get me to 50K. Anyway, it's very exciting for me. I just remember I was a little baby channel. I have a video of me celebrating hitting 2,000 subscribers on YouTube about 2 years ago with my kids. We were jumping up and down. We were so excited. It was really fun. So I'm very excited about that. My kids will be really excited. I picked them up from camp on Wednesday, sleepaway camp, 3 weeks. They've been gone on Wednesday. And I am very, very, well, I'm excited, but also like, ooh, parents, you get it, right? Yesterday, I released a Patreon. Last night, it's a video. I talked all about, let's see what I talked about. I talked about my weekend in Chicago with Zach Peter. I did a whole ode to Zach Peter, talking about my my love for that man. I spoke about how is everyone online? Is everyone now just a racist Nazi? So I really kind of talked about the Sydney Sweeney thing, and then how just people like to throw those words out. What else did I speak about on that? I spoke a little bit about Kelly Wolf. I spoke about Andy Cohen and Bravo. I spoke about the Variety article that attacked Jax Taylor and Bravo. Interesting. It's very interesting to me. We can talk a little bit about Jax Taylor today because Jax Taylor, the sign came down. The sign officially came down off of Jax's. And he talked about it and he's spinning it. He's spinning it really, really well as if it's his choice. And as someone that abuses people, physically abuses his wife, physically abuses women, he's really trying to spin himself as being like this incredible human being. But of course, I'm so grateful for my friend, Eliza at Face Reality 16. She is so genius because she realized that he was wearing those lifts. Jax Taylor, if you guys don't know and you're here for the Blake Lively story, we'll get there in just a minute. But Jax Taylor, good old Jax Taylor, was wearing lifts in his shoes. This is a 6-foot man. And he was wearing lifts in his shoes while he was sitting on the chair on the couch for the reunion. Like if you watch any sort of reunion show on Bravo, on any of these shows, they sit on their asses. Why are you wearing lifts? Is it for the one time that you have to stand up for a picture? I don't know, but he did. He wore lifts. It is so stupid looking. And apparently this is something that's happened now for a while. I'll pull up the Instagram post where he talks about it or where she really exposes him. And the best part about it is that last night I didn't watch the episode, but last night, Andy Cohen pulled up the post and talked about it on his show. What's so good about it is that apparently Jax Taylor hates when people mention that he wears lifts. And all I want to do is trigger Jax Taylor because he has managed to trigger all of us. I'm a little concerned for the safety of people in Jax Taylor's circle. I just hope that Brittany Cartwright has changed the locks on her house. I'm not joking when I say that. Let's go over to Face Reality 16 on Instagram and just show a little bit of her content lately. She's really gone all in. So a day ago, she says, "What do you mean Jax was wearing lifts at the reunion?" She literally found those shoes. I mean, look how silly and how stupid his ankles look in those shoes. They're like not able to be sitting up straight. They're like, it does not look comfortable. I don't know what's going on with those ankles, but that does not look good. Good or comfortable. She found them online. It looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. Kristen Doty says they look like Barbie sneakers. And then she posted the next day the Valley reunion cast photo of Jax had worn normal shoes. And she literally did like an animation over here of Jax's body slowly going downwards. It's so funny. And this is a video of Watch What Happens Live in 2019 where Andy Cohen exposed it.
Fact about Jax that Brittany provided us.
Jax secretly wears heel inserts in his shoes to make him look taller.
These are platforms.
And fun fact, so does Sandoval.
It's true. You're both pretty tall.
I swear to God, we told people we would kill them.
Sandoval, Danny, give me an embarrassing fact about.
I swear to God, I told people that I would kill them if he told them. Sandoval used to look ridiculous, but Jax, not in this picture necessarily, but Jax used to be a pretty handsome guy. And I hate to say it, you guys, I really, truly do. I did see a picture the other day or a little video of Brittany and Jax's wedding.
That's what happened.
And I mean, it's so stupid to even look at, but on their wedding day, now looking back, I mean, really so silly. But if you actually go back and watch their wedding video, I mean, he truly was a very handsome man that day. Is that so stupid of me to even bring up? I really honestly think he was a very good looking guy then. Here, let's see this little clip from people.
Stars Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright married in a fair.
I mean, and maybe it's hard to even see it now, but like he was a good-looking guy. I want to see.
And even serving in the bridal party, while other Bravo celebrities
not in the
Southern Charm
pictures.
Summer House were also present. We recently had Shep Rose on from Southern Charm. He was very excited to go there.
And we had the two of them wore blue dresses while Jax's 13 groomsmen wore Jack Victor as well.
And a famous in-syncer
to officiate, but due to her mother's
Come on, he
sudden
was
death
cute.
this month, she wasn't able.
He was cute then, kind of. No? Anyone? Bueller? I can't help it. Maybe I like toxic men. All right. Okay, so some of you guys do think he was hot. Enrique says he was hot, not hotter than Ryan Reynolds, but hot. Well, I'm embarrassed to say that I was on the phone with my friend Molly yesterday, and I said, I am so embarrassed to say out loud that I actually really did think that Ryan Reynolds was hot before. I really did think Ryan Reynolds was hot. I'm going to call Lance, and speaking of Blake Lively, because we're going to move into this story really fast, I'm going to call Lance and see if he's available. He's probably going to be like, what? Stop bothering me with these stupid calls. But I'm going to see if he's available, because the other night we were watching your Friends and Neighbors. Yes, I know John Hamm is so problematic, but that show is really good. We were watching it the other night. We were done watching the show. We went upstairs. We get into bed. We're reading. We're on our phones. We're doing our own thing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lance, my husband, my straight husband that doesn't follow this other than the fact that I am his wife and I talk about it all the time, turns over to me, and out of nowhere, he says, and please, I hope he picks up the phone, because I don't want to even prompt it. Please pick up. Hi, do you have a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I'm on my show. You're being recorded.
Okay.
I want you to just say out loud, out of nowhere, when we were laying in bed the other day, and out of nowhere, unprompted, what did you turn to me and say?
Last night?
No, the other, maybe it was last night. I don't remember. It was unprompted, out of nowhere. You turned to me about Ryan.
Yeah, that was last night.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if it was last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I saw a thing for Wrexham, and I said, it's really unfortunate. I wonder how many people there are in the world who are just like me, who were a fan of the show, Welcome to Wrexham. They became fans of the team Wrexham because of the show, who will now, because of his wife, will never watch another Wrexham game, will never purchase another jersey or hat or anything like that, and will never watch the show again because of his wife. Like, she's full on ruined his image through all of this fuckery that's occurred.
And I said, it's so interesting that you're saying this to me, completely unprompted, when we're not even talking about it. We weren't even in conversation, but you're saying, as a fan, you're a huge soccer fan, number one. You were a huge Welcome to Wrexham fan. You watched every episode, you loved it. And you're a Ryan Reynolds fan before all of this. But now you kind of aren't even interested in watching the series at all. You don't even care about the success of the team anymore, because it's tainted by who's behind the show or behind the team.
I don't think I would go see a Ryan Reynolds movie in theaters anymore. I have no interest in watching the show. The whole thing, I'm just I'm turned off by the entire brand now.
Yeah. And I wonder, because I know Zach Peter was on Billy Bush yesterday, and they specifically talked about this. And Zach is I don't think people care. I think people will continue to see Deadpool. They'll consider, he's so in with the Marvel, Disney World or whatever, with all that superhero shit. And I think that there is a definite huge subsect of people that are so separated from this, that don't have wives that talk about Blake Lively and whatever. But yeah, I
gotta jump. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I got 10 seconds of Lance's time.
That was it.
Okay. Okay, bye.
On Patreon this weekend. All
Bye.
right.
Okay, he said he'll do Patreon this weekend. So, I mean, Lance is married, obviously, to me. So, obviously, he's much more invested in this than a typical man that, is not married to a woman that is covering this on a daily basis. But I think now, and let's move into this story, you know, today, it's really crazy, you guys. Cover of page6.com. And I don't know if it is still, because page 6, you know, changes out their stories all the time. It's not anymore right now. But this morning, cover of page6.com was the story of Lauren Knighty of Court of Random Opinion, our girl, Lauren Knighty. Page6.com. It wasn't a story on page6.com. It was the highlighted story on page6.com. When I tell you, and I knew that this story was out and it was on page 6 because she and I are on a group text with a few other of the creators. So we were all trading back that the story was getting like traction. It was on New York Post. It was on page 6. It was on Us Magazine. But when I tell you I go to page 6 as like with my coffee, right? I go to Daily Mail. I go to page 6. I go to TMZ. I go to all these places. And it was the first story I see when I go to page 6. I literally was like, I'm sorry, whoa. Now it's not. Now it's the Kim Zolciak story, which we'll talk about. This is such a big deal that it was the main story. I posted on X the main story. Poor Lauren. She's like, what the fuck? They did me. She goes, they did me so dirty with this. I love Lauren so much. With the screenshot. I said, we all know what word you were about to say when you took that picture. It's like literally that phase. If you watch Lauren, we all know exactly what word she was about to say, right? And it starts with a C. So she is on this. It's a huge story. It's like up on the top, right? YouTuber accuses Blake Lively next to Tyra Banks, next to Kim Zolciak and Liam Neeson. I mean, this is a big story. It says YouTuber accuses Blake Lively of intimidation and harassment, requests protective order amid Justin Baldoni legal battle. I am so glad that it is here. It says Blake Lively has been accused of intimidation and harassment by a YouTuber seeking a protective order against her. Lauren Knighty, whose username on the platform is LethalLauren904, made this request in a letter to a judge on Monday, according to Us Weekly. Knighty blasted Lively for subpoenaing her and fellow content creators Mackenzie Folks and Cassidy, and many others. Obviously, it just mentions them in the actress's legal war, etc. And then it says that she dropped the subpoenas earlier this week. However, Lauren felt compelled to still reach out to the judge and claimed her lawyers had been largely unresponsive after filing the subpoena, where they even asked for her banking information. She wrote, Lively's subpoena targeted creators who have expressed unfavorable opinions about her online. The subpoena was not supported by any evidence. It served to intimidate, harass, chill constitutionally protected free speech, and threaten the safety and privacy of non-parties. And then it says, Knighty pointed out in her letter that Lively did not close the door in reissuing the subpoenas, leaving an undue burden on the YouTubers in question, etc. She asked for sanctions. Okay. And then it goes into some background on the case. The point is, it's getting a lot of traction. It's here. It's on New York Post. It's on Us Weekly. It's everywhere that we wanted people to start talking about it, which is phenomenal. The problem is, people don't know a lot of the stories. And this is the issue, because when you don't really know the details, all you see is the headline. It says YouTuber accuses Blake Lively of intimidation and harassment and requests protective order amid Justin Baldoni legal battle. So imagine that you don't know anything about this story at all. Imagine you don't know anything about this case and you don't know anything about the story. You're going to watch this and you're going to say, well, this seems like a stretch. This seems like the YouTuber is being ridiculous. That's what I would think if I knew nothing about this case and I knew nothing about Blake Lively and all of the shenanigans that she's been up to. I would probably say, like, this YouTuber is acting probably a little outrageous. Like, honestly, I'm not joking, because of the way that it's kind of being put. It's not giving her a name. It's not giving her a, an anything. And it's giving her it almost makes her sound like she is a problem, the YouTuber, rather than Blake being the issue. And also, and I want to be very clear, because remember that all of these companies, Page Six, Us Weekly, People, TMZ, all of them, they're in Leslie Sloan's pocket, right? They're all in with the Reynolds and the Livelies. So you have to understand that they are all trying to spin this story in a way that's very positive for that side. And here we are with this picture. And if you don't think like, and I love Lauren beyond belief, and we all know Lauren is the best, okay? But if you honestly want me to tell you, they didn't pick this picture by accident. It's a picture of her not smiling. It's not her main picture. It's not her avatar, which looks professional. It's a picture where she looks just like angry. It looks like she's just some random ass person. And I don't like it. It's trying to make her look like this unhinged YouTuber. So it bothers me. And then you have people, and I hate to call them out here on the show, but I'm just going to be honest because this upsets me, like Up and Adam, who is a gossip blogger and a content creator, just like I am. Okay, I'm not putting him down because he's just like me. He's just like Zach Peter. He's just like all of us. Okay, he watches content. He watches TV shows. He watches all of these people. And he creates content about us, about them, right? Isn't that what someone like an Up and Adam does? If you don't know who he is, this is what he does. And he doesn't cover this case at all. He doesn't cover any of this case. But instead of doing any of research and being like, wait, I'm a creator too, and I should probably support a fellow creator because I'm a creator as well. And maybe this could happen to me, because creators at this point should probably band together. He decides to create this video.
Guys, so I don't know if you saw this, but a YouTuber named Lauren is now accusing Blake Lively. This is wild. First of all, so many people are covering the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation. I'm so sick of even seeing this stuff. But this part I don't love. I don't know.
If you didn't think that was shade, so many people are covering the Blake Lively thing. I'm so sick of seeing this. Okay.
Oh, I have not watched this Lauren woman's content. So if she's like sitting here just ripping Blake, then that might be different. So I have to do my due diligence before, but I'm getting ready to go live. So I'm going to check it out.
So maybe
however,
don't post.
She's claiming that she was sent a few things from Blake and her team, which equated to intimidation and harassment. So now she's requesting a protective order.
Look at his face.
Like, what is going on? So this is the Lauren woman requesting a protective order because she is discussing Blake Lively's lawsuit with Justin Baldoni. I think I'm missing something. I just want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off, please.
Okay. This is also the guy that called me the lady. Remember? I don't know this lady. If you've not been around for a long time, he started shit with me months ago. So, you know my feelings. Not very fond. Don't create a video. Take a second. You have to go live. This was a 1-minute video. Wait a minute. Go live. Do your thing. Come back. Watch Lauren's content. Realize that she doesn't sit here and attack. She literally got subpoenaed. Now she probably does because she doesn't like him. She doesn't like her. Sorry. She doesn't like her. But Lauren, the ultimate professional, decides to create her own video, and it's amazing.
This part I don't love. I don't know. I have not watched this Lauren woman's.
Hey, Adam. I'm the Lauren woman you're talking about. So Blake Lively sent a subpoena to Google for my information, asking for my bank account information, credit card numbers, IP addresses, geolocation data from May 2024 to now, which I didn't even start covering this case until this year, in January, and I was very much on her side in the beginning, or at least very cautiously believing her claims. I have no affiliation or contact with any of the parties involved in this case. This subpoena was sent to me because I speak unfavorably about her online. I cover the court documents. I don't really do tabloid stuff. I don't know a lot about pop culture. I explained this to people yesterday. Like, I don't know enough to really comment. Occasionally, every now and then, if there's like a popular news story about her or her businesses or something in the press, that I might comment on that. But I just don't really have much to add on that front. I don't care about her marriage. I don't care about her personal life or her friends. I don't care about any of that. I just comment on the court case. I personally don't believe her story. I think that what she's saying is bullshit. And I believe that Justin Baldoni is innocent. And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have that. The protective order, I think a lot of people don't understand. It's not like a restraining order. It's not personal like that. I filed a motion to quash her subpoena in court, and I asked for sanctions because she targeted me just for speaking poorly about her online, which is legally protected speech. And she withdrew immediately so that she couldn't face sanctions. So I asked the judge if he could enter an order saying that she could not subpoena my personal and private information again unless she had prior court approval, like unless she had a real reason to do it. And I think that's a pretty reasonable request. To be honest, the attorneys that I've spoken to have said, like, it's not a likely thing to happen in this case, but I don't think it hurts to ask. And I think it's important to advocate for yourself when somebody is abusing the process to try to intimidate you. So hopefully that helps get you on board with what's going on. Or not on board, but at least up to speed. So whatever. Well wishes to you, man.
Golf claps. Golf claps. Lauren nailed it. She's much more classy than me. I don't have the ability. I don't know. Maybe it's something in my like nature. I don't have that ability to stay calm, cool, and collected when someone like goes after me. If someone, I'm getting heated already. If someone created a video about me, if he created a video about me and said that woman and was like, created a protective order, that woman, I haven't done my due diligence. I would have been like, excuse me, bitch. Like, I don't know how not to. Everyone's like, Donna always gets into drama. I'm like, yeah, I have a freaking, like, I don't like when people talk shit. I don't know how to be like better than them. I don't know how. I truly don't know how. I'm not better than them, I guess. I just don't. So I don't know if he's responded to Lauren. I don't believe he has, but he's probably still going live. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I just like don't start a war with me if you don't want me to fight back. Like that's just not who I am. I just don't know how not to. I'm always like, I'm not going to deal with it. Okay. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm never going to handle it. I'm never going to talk to them again. And then they talk to me. I'm like, just hold me back. I can't help it. You guys are so funny. Thank you so much, Nikki, Lila's. Oh, I love it. Love you, Donna, and all the dozers. You guys are the best. Yeah, you want us on your side. Honestly, you want this group of content creators on your side if you come after us. Oh, is Lauren here? I told her, I said, I'm doing an entire segment on you. And yeah, why didn't they use this picture for all of these articles? Why didn't they use your avatar pictures? It's so annoying for me, for you. But Lauren is all over the news. I mean, if not, like I cover literally whatever's on page 6. So we're covering Lauren today. Lauren is the news. She is on the news. She is like top of news. It's like Lauren, Liam Neeson, Kim Zolciak, Sydney Sweeney. It's amazing. Now, we need to talk about the deposition also. Actually, speaking of Lauren, right before I went live, she did go live today and she read this letter. So I want to cover actually really briefly, and I don't need to read the letter, but I want to cover what happened on that court hearing that we did that live tweet, the live tweet reading the other day that Inner City Press was running. So Inner City Press Oh my God, did she not? She said Lauren is a hoe, but Lauren said it. So I didn't say that, but I've heard, okay, according to Zach and crew, but you said it. I didn't. I just heard. So, Lauren talked about this letter that they wrote to the judge and that Michael Gottlieb's crew, which is Blake Lively's lawyers, wrote to the judge. And it's about trying to get access to those communications between, what's it called? What's his name's? Friedman's communications with one of his clients. Remember, we were talking about, oh my gosh, is it Perez Hilton? Because it was saying that he introduced Wayfair's team to one of his clients, and then they started talking badly about Blake Lively and the team. Well, it turns out it's actually Megyn Kelly, because Megyn Kelly is the person that they're saying they had those communications. And they're saying that Brian Friedman used the term, use bad terminology and spoke badly about Blake Lively. But in reality, Megyn Kelly actually used that terminology. So go on over to watch Court of Random Opinion when we're done here, and you can watch her cover that little piece of it. I find she does it. It's like a 10-minute live. I watched it. I was watching it in the shower. That's how I watch my news. So you can go over there and watch that. Now, let's talk about the deposition and what we know about the deposition. We don't know that much, but we do know some things. So while we're doing that, while I'm pulling up that, I just want to remind you guys that this week's episode is brought to you by Function. I definitely want to tell you guys about this week's sponsor, which is Function. I choose Function because it's the only health platform that gives you access to the kind of data most people never see and the insights to actually take action. Inside Function, you can test over 160 biomarkers from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. You can also access multi-region MRI and CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. It's an enhanced view of what's happening in your body. And that's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and Dr. Jeremy London are all behind Function Health. Every year, this season shows up with the same demands: new routines, shifting weather, and a heightened focus on immune health. Most people think preparing means stocking up on vitamins and hand sanitizer, but real preparation starts inside your body long before the first cough or cold. Whether you're sending kids back to school, I can't believe we're almost there already. That's crazy. Or just stepping into a busier season yourself, it's time to recalibrate. To see what your immune system needs and fill the gaps early, these are the biomarkers worth considering checking this time of year: your vitamin D, E, zinc, ferritin, white blood cell, cortisol. Routine physicals can skip this data, so you're left guessing why you feel depleted, why colds linger, why you're struggling to bounce back after summer festivities. But you don't have to guess, because Function includes over 160 plus lab tests, so you can better see what's happening under the surface. What's cool, you guys, about Function is I went and got my first. There's two blood draws. I went and got my first on Friday morning. It was no problem. I scheduled it through the app, and I had a little bit of a scheduling issue. So I just chatted with them and they scheduled it for me. They rescheduled it. It's like no problem. They help you out. It's really, really easy to do. I walked in there, got my blood drawn. They were like, Function, no problem. We get so many Function people coming in here. It's through Quest Labs. It's easy. Learn more and join using my link. Visit www.functionhealth.com/Donna. That's DANA. Okay, thanks, Function. So let's talk about this article that popped up in the Daily Mail about about Team Blake Ensemble. Who the fuck? What is this? What is going on? Who wrote this? Apparently, her name is Allison Boshoff. Allison Boshoff. Oh, don't think I didn't do a little deep dive on this Allison Boshoff. She's the chief show business writer and Friday columnist at Daily Mail. I don't really understand, but she clearly is obsessed with Blake Lively, I guess. No idea. She also writes a lot about Harry and Meghan and Johnny Depp. Literally, the last few things that she wrote were about Johnny Depp and Harry and Meghan, and then now this. But it's so odd to me because Why are we writing an article called Team Blake Assemble? Like, what? It feels very Avengers. We got this. We're going in there. We're going to take him down. We're gonna fight back from the patriarch. Like, what the fuck? So let's look at this article and get annoyed together. I mean, you have to remember it's just the facts at the end, but this is what the article says. Team Blake assemble. This ends with us star 30. This ends with us. Ends with us. Wait, that's not what the name of the movie is called, right? I'm not being crazy. It's not called This Ends With Us, right? This ends with us? It ends with us. Am I insane? Is it called It Ends With Us? Now I'm like, is this a sign of dementia? What is happening? It ends with us. Thank you. This ends with us star. This ends with us star 37. Why are the ages always so essential? Who gives a shit that she's 37? Listen, I just need to take a moment. I went to the gym this morning and I took one of those body scans after where you have to hold on to your like arm things and you have to stand there, you know, where they do your body fat percentage and everything. And I'm very proud of mine and everything. But my biological age is 37. What's your biological age, Blake? I want to know your bio age, not your age. Plus, I feel like she's been 37 for 4 years. So let's get with the program. Okay, Team Blake assemble. This ends with us star 37 arrives for deposition hearing with husband Ryan Reynolds. Is he essential? Not sure. And 8 lawyers. But is there any sign of her bestie, Taylor Swift? So everyone is so excited and so proud. And so, I'm sorry, not proud. Everyone's so worked up and so anxious and so stressed out on her side that Justin Baldoni, quote unquote, shocked her, surprised her. Oh my God. Ryan Reynolds was there. Is that okay? So Ryan Reynolds is also someone that in my mind actually is Justin Baldoni's like arch nemesis. Like he is trying to ruin and end Justin Baldoni's career and life. And Justin Baldoni actually had to face him. In fact, I would go as far to say Justin Baldoni had to face his abusers. Truly. 8 lawyers. Do you guys understand the money that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are spending on these lawyers? Like, I can't imagine. Taylor Swift checked out. The fact that they're even putting Taylor Swift in the article is hilarious. Taylor Swift is like, I forgot that you existed. Like, what? She's like, girl, I'm like shaving Travis Kelce's back. Okay? I am so not here for this. She has no interest in being part of this madness. Blake Lively arrived for her deposition in New York yesterday with the full Team Blake. Were they wearing shirts? Did they get merch? What the fuck is this? Her sister and her best friend, Robin, everyone's there. Husband Ryan Reynolds and 8 lawyers. Was Willie Elaine McAlpin there as well with her bowl of cherries? Did she bring cherries? And she was whooping and hollering through the hallway. Every time I think of Willie Elaine McAlpin, I always think that she just walks around with bowls of cherries and you're whooping and hollering, whoop. Look, that's all. I just think that she just whooping and hollering. Life is like a bowl of cherries, whooping and hollering. That's all I think about with her. The actress, again, who's 37. We fucking get it. We get it. Gave evidence under oath as she prepares for a legal showdown. Like, legal. with one-time co-star Justin Baldoni, who she says sexually harassed her while they were making the film. This ends with us. She says it twice. This ends with She says it 2 times. You guys, she says this ends with us again in the article. This is insane. Do they just want the movie to be called This Ends With Us? This Ends With Us, starring Blake and Justin. Is it going to be like a musical by the end of this whole thing? They're going to be on stage doing This Ends With Us. And then you see Willie in the background. Life is like a bowl of cherries, hooping and hollering. What the fuck is this article? She also claims that his PR team then smeared her online. There was no sign of one-time bestie Taylor Swift. And it's thought that the two women have not spoken in months, with Swift appalled at being dragged into the legal mess and angry over being asked to surrender text messages with Blake. Why doesn't it say? There was also no sign of YouTuber Lauren Knighty from the Court of Random Opinion, who is filing for a protective order against Blake and also calls her the C word whenever she can. Why don't they put that in there at this point? There was also no sign of Gossip Girl star Leighton Meester, who hasn't spoken to Blake Lively in 15 years. There was also no sign of Penn Badgley, who used to date Blake Lively and finds her a disgusting human being, allegedly. There was also no sign of former extras on the set of Gossip Girl who do not like working with her. There was also no sign of a makeup artist who was once accused of getting sexually harassed by Blake Lively on the Gossip Girl set because he applied lipstick with his hand. There was also no sign of former actors that have worked with Blake Lively in the past. There was also no sign of the guy that was on a movie set with Blake Lively, who she randomly grabbed his testicles unprompted on a movie set because she thought that it would make her look good. Should I keep going? They were very close with the pop star, confirmed as godmother to 3 of her 4 children. And Swift was referred to in a message to Baldoni as one of her dragons. In the message, she said that Swift and her husband, Reynolds, could help her to steer the creative direction of the movie. Oh my gosh. Knack for that says there was also no sign of harassment. That's actually so good. That's actually so good. Wait, hold on. Do you think, I just want to take one moment. Do you think that Blake like choreographed a walk-in, you know, like in the White Lotus, how they do, like, is it White Lotus where they do like those slow walk-ins? Like those? Do you think that they do those? Like where they did like with like it's her and it's Ryan and then it's Robin and then it's mom with the cherries and then it's like 4 attorneys there and 4 attorneys there and they all right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, and like her hair is like whoosh, 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 and like everyone's like, oh Blake, your hair, like it's like getting in their faces, but Blake. Like I can see it. Okay, back to seriousness. Reading this, this article just like threw me. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Back to Team Blake Ensemble. A source close to the deposition says that her older half-sister Robin, an actress, her older half-sister Robin, and actress. Okay, what is going? I am not a writer. I am not a journalist. I am definitely not someone that should be able to point out that there is a random comma here that there should not be. Do you guys all see this? There should not be a random comment between Robin and an actress and Deadpool husband, Ryan Reynolds, were with her when she came into the building. Aw, thank you so much, Crystal. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. That's so nice. I really appreciate that. They were not with her in the room when she gave evidence over the course of the long day. Okay, here's what she wore. She wore black jeans, a black waistcoat, and a pale blue fluffy cardigan for the examination. Examination? This is an examination? Like a gynecological examination? Who the hell calls it an examination? By Baldoni's feared lawyer, Brian Friedman. Witnesses in the building say Blake cut a confident figure as she entered the offices of her lawyers, Wilkie Farr Gallagher, in the AXA building on 7th Avenue. And these are pictures of Blake with her one friend and Blake with her no longer friend, and then Justin. Baldoni, his business partner, Jamie Heath, and others. Notice how they say, like, Robin Lively, famed actress, and like Deadpool actor, Ryan Reynolds, and then it's just Baldoni, his business partner, Jamie Heath. Wait, that's not even how you spell Jamie, right? Am I wrong? That's not how you spell Jamie Heath. She spelled Jamie Heath wrong. You guys, am I alone here? Am I going crazy? She spelled Jamie Heath wrong. She got the movie title wrong twice. She spelled one of the defendants wrong. It says Jamie in this video, in this article. And she's putting comment, what is happening? And others were shut away with Blake and her legal team all day as she gave her own account of events, which led up to her filing a lawsuit against Baldoni in December last year. The mother of 4 had claimed Baldoni, 41, was able to nuzzle her neck and comment on the way she smelled. God for fucking bid, without anyone else on set hearing because their microphones were switched off. But footage which later emerged seemed to prove the opposite. Not only were the microphones on, but the pair had spent most of the scene happily chatting about their respective spouses. Lively claims Baldoni orchestrated a negative media campaign against her Lively's claims Baldoni orchestrated a negative media campaign against her have also been called into question thanks to her reliance on what his team have described as doctored texts. Documents filed by Baldoni claim that the text between okay. There will be further depositions before the case comes to trial in March next year. And then it says they have subpoenaed 107 content creators who have circulated negative stories about her and what they say was a coordinated campaign. The creators say that the content arose organically due to Lively's behavior on the press tour and behavior on previous publicity tours, which had given her a reputation for mean girl behavior. All right. Well, we have not heard a peep from the deposition. We have absolutely no idea what happened in that deposition room. We don't know if it went well. We don't know if it went badly. I don't believe that there's a way that they're going to actually be able to let us know. I mean, when you have a case like this and it's not being aired and it's not being shown, I don't know if we'll ever see footage of that deposition or even transcripts of the deposition. I just think it's really interesting that a big part of this court order was that she had to know who was in that room. Remember, she got what she wanted. She had to know who was there. She had to know where it was. And she got to reschedule. And yet, some of her biggest supporters are like clueless to this. Wackadoodle Me Too doctor, who, you know, we had to all unfollow if you were on like any sort of sense of normalcy, created a video yesterday being like, this is horrendous. The abused victim has to sit in the room and face her abuser. Shocked and surprised by it. Please. There's absolutely no world where she had no idea that he was going to be there. Blake Lively could have walked out. She could have just said no. Okay? There is absolutely no world where Blake Lively, with her 8 attorneys, would have been like, okay, I guess I'll sit through this. Absolutely, absolutely not. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, I'm happy to show you the video. It is so maddening. It's so upsetting that these people are allowed to just spread these lies. And under the guise of like, I'm an expert, I know what I'm talking about. But these people have no idea what they're saying. Here, I'll just show you actually on X because I don't even want to show, I don't want to even give her a view. But these are some of the craziest takes. Hold on. It is okay, hold on. We're almost there. I got so many mentions while I was during the show. I'm like all about X these days. Are you guys on X? Okay. Here we go. Here's the video. It's coming up. It's so maddening. It's shocking. This is from TV and Movie Addict on X, but she's reposting this wackadoodle Me Too is what Zach and I call her.
Imagine being the victim of sexual harassment, getting ready to have your deposition taken, sitting down across from a lawyer who has bullied you throughout the entire world, and then your harasser walks in, strutting his stuff, acting like his shit don't stink, and you have to talk about his abuse to his face and to his lawyer's face, who have repeatedly tried to discredit you, even tried to sue you, but it was dismissed because it was so false and all bullying. That's how Blake Lively's deposition just went. As a forensic psychologist who has coached many celebrities and athletes and high-profile people through the preparation for their depositions, this is not normal. 100% I knew Friedman was going to pull something like this, and what really annoys me is I really don't think that Blake Lively was aware or prepared. And the sad part is that her legal team should have stopped it. Her legal team, if they had noticed she was surprised by this, if she wasn't aware this was going to happen, they should have stopped it. They should have reconvened. Like I've said before, depositions are like hair appointments. You can always make one another time.
She says depositions are like hair appointments. You can always make one another time. So if she went to that deposition and was truly shocked and surprised that her, as this woman says, abusers, although we both know, Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath, just the people that she's opposing in a lawsuit and suing, were against her in a room, and she didn't know that they were there, and then you could just reschedule. She should have just rescheduled if it's so easy to reschedule.
It's okay if you walk around with some gray roots for a while. So to all my ladies out there who ever have to be deposed and face someone potentially dangerous to them, I want you to know that there are options. You can be coached, you can consult, you can have therapy pointed directly at going through these depositions, because they are full of heightened anxiety and they can be very re-traumatizing, talking about all of your pain. And the lawyer who's questioning you does not care. All he's trying to do is get your emotions really riled up, make you say something that then later during trial you're going to contradict because your emotions were so riled up then and are at trial. Then he's going to say, you look like you're not credible. I just want to give you permission to get up off the stand, to get out of the chair in the deposition, go to the bathroom, do self-care techniques. A lawyer's pressure is not your own. You are not in prison. You can go about legal procedures at your own pace.
That's what I think about that. Self-care. Self-care. But like, you find some weird things on Twitter. So the last thing I'll say about this before we move on to another story is on Twitter. By the way, New Grammy says, here for my 53rd birthday, enjoying your truthful diarrhea of the mouth like mine. Hee hee. Love you, Donna. Thanks for keeping this old gal happy. Happy birthday, Grammy. I hate calling you Grammy, but happy birthday, Grammy. Happy birthday to you. August 1st. That's a fun birthday. I like a birthday. The last final thing that I'm going to show you that's going to make you guys think that you're literally going insane, that people out there are actually this insane, literally insane. Like, this seems crazy making. This was sent to me from Zach. It was a screenshot, and we were laughing so hard. We were like, this has got to be a joke, right? It's got to be made up. But I did post it, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is not satire. This is what Blake Lively supporters have to actually do to, like, twist it so that, you know, she's the victim and he is the abuser. Check it out. This is a picture that Miranda, I can't remember, Davis had posted, remember, of her sitting in the hospital video village of the monitor. And check out what this username, Abigail, what she posts. You're going to die here. I don't get how people don't see how close this is to sex trafficking. He was letting people pay to come to see her naked and even be in the scenes with her. Y'all, I rest my case. If this is the kind of stupidity that we are working with, you can't communicate with people like this. We actually have like real life problems. And this is what I actually laughed. I actually laughed out loud. Like, I was laughing when I saw it because you can't make that shit up. As Melissa says, bless their hearts. Which, when I was in Charleston, I learned that means, like, you poor thing. In Charleston, someone taught me, when we say bless their hearts, we mean, like, good luck in life. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to keep going and talk about a couple other things. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you guys have been subscribing and liking this video. How many likes do I have currently in this moment? Someone tell me. We want to make sure to keep the likes up. I realize if you guys keep those likes up, which is so easy for you to do, and it's just free to just like it. And if you do it, you know, it helps the video get more visibility. 310, let's try to get to 500 likes by the end of this video, okay? 500 likes. So what's cool, okay, so let's talk about a couple other things. So if you guys, you know, Bravo is kind of on my shit list right now. Right before this episode, oh, someone's like doing some housework next door. I heard like some screeching, and then I realized it's like a Saza or whatever it's called. I know, I'm almost to 50,000 subscribers, Josie. It's very exciting. So Bravo's a little bit on my shit list. It's not so much that it's like, I'm not ready to cut that part of my life out, but I truly don't connect with it the way I used to. I'll watch it. Like, the shows that I'm watching right now are The Valley, Real Housewives of OC, and Real Housewives of Miami. Those are my 3 shows that I actually am watching, but it's not appointment television. The Valley is the only one that I'll make sure I watch before the show because I like to I love talking about it on the show. But Real Housewives of OC, for example, was on last night. I didn't watch it. And then this morning before the show, I was like, oh, I should watch it. But then I said, why? Like, I don't want to cover it. Then I got a text message from Kate Casey, and she is another podcaster. She covers a lot of like reality TV and documentaries. And she said, have you watched Real Housewives of OC? This was last night. And I said, no, not yet. Why? And I said, is it good? And she goes, awful. I said, oh my God, really? And she's like, there's a whole scene of Jen and her man, I forget his name now, Ryan, getting veneers. And I'm like, what is going on these shows? Like, they're either so bad or they're so problematic. Like, we don't have good Bravo shows anymore. A lot of you guys are saying Next Gen NYC is really good. Real Housewives of Miami is actually really good. I've been keeping up with that one. I've been enjoying that. But the Valley show and like the problematic behavior on that show has been really upsetting to watch. And Jax Taylor is like the king of the worst, right? Like he's truly just the worst. And yesterday his sign came down, down the street at Jax's, and he was standing there and he's like, man, it was a great run and I'm just going to walk away from the show. And I'm just like, I'm just walking away from the bar, but it's my choice. Like I got to walk away because like, it's just not healthy for me to be here. And what's really important for me right now is my son and my health. And I'm like, you're a fucking liar, Camille. You're a fucking liar because we've been watching you for 20 years lie about this. If this was your first time getting caught in like something bad, I would believe you. It's the second time, third time maybe, but it's 18 times. You can't tell someone something 18 times and expect you to believe them to believe you after 18 times. So you are a liar. And I just don't want to give these people another chance to like lie to me. And then when I find out like the Valley is going to bring Sheena and Brock back in after reading her book and like hearing all of her stories and knowing that she's holding on to the story that her husband has been cheating on her and she's been holding it in a pocket, keeping her family safe. And yeah, I hate to say it, but sometimes you should keep secrets within your family. Just going to be honest. That's how I feel. I think that sometimes you should keep some secrets in your family to keep your family whole. I think this was a major, major mistake that she made. Major mistake to release that secret of Brock out for the selling of the book. She made the bestseller list. Great. So she's number 6 on the bestseller list. Hope it was worth it. And I think that was a major, major error that you'll never be able to live down. Her daughter will always now know that her dad cheated on her when her dad cheated on her mom multiple times while she was pregnant with her. I don't know how you can ever like justify that to your daughter. My parents are divorced. They haven't been together since I was 6 months old. Okay. They actually, since I was 3 months old, they separated, and 6 months old, they were divorced. So like, I don't even know a world where my mom and my dad were together, but I can only imagine that if my mom and dad stayed together and were like so in quote unquote love and like showing this like amazing lifestyle together. And then I found out when I was, 12, 13, when I could finally Google, or younger now, I'm sure when she's 10, she's going to start to Google and see things. Oh, daddy not just like fell in love with, like effed another girl multiple times while mommy was home pregnant with me. She's going to have major issues with her dad. Major issues with her dad. So that was important for her. That was so important for her. Like, why? For what? Okay. That being said, Kim Zolciak was on Watch What Happens Live last night. And I did watch this clip because she's so problematic. Let's be real. I hate using that word over and over because of everything that she's gone through. But Kim Zolciak was like good old. That was like, think about it, you guys. Was that not good TV when Kim Zolciak was on Bravo? Like when it was good Atlanta Housewives, when it was Don't Be Tardy for the Party. Like there was nothing better than Kim Zolciak era of Atlanta Housewives. I'm sorry. NeNe, Atlanta, all of that shit. I loved it. And so I don't watch Next Gen NYC, but I actually feel like if I have time, I should binge it because a lot of people are saying that was really good. But her life became Kim Zolciak's life became so awful. And I was covering the Kim and Kroy divorce here and all of this contentious shit. And it was very, obviously, I talk about Kelly Wolf and Scott Wolf and all of that horrible stuff. And it was almost like that without the mental illness part, at least from what we know, but like the calling the cops and the kids being involved. And it was just so dark. Amy says, thank you so much for the super chat, babe. I truly think these people have been conditioned similar to a cult way of thinking, reading between the lines with the narrative told to them. Example, this hidden meaning to these commercials. Wait, who? I truly think these people have been conditioned similar to a cult. Are you talking about the Blake Lively people? Like, I don't even know who we're talking about now. These people have been conditioned similar to a cult way of thinking, reading between the lines of this narrative told to them. Example, this hidden meaning to these commercials. Probably. She's probably still talking about that. Probably with the going back to the, Blake Lively people. Yes, absolutely. I am so with you. Like nothing's going to change their mind no matter what. Yeah, it's the believe all women people for sure. Okay, so I'll watch next gen. It's all the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle commercial people. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. So I like the Kim and Croy story was crazy, but Ariana was on Watch What Happens Live. That's one of Kim's older daughters. And she said a few months ago, or weeks ago, that she had to lend, either she said it on the show or on Watch What Happens Live, I can't remember, that she had to lend Kim and Croy money at some point. And that's like really devastating to hear because Croy was an NFL player and they had this huge home and they had these reality shows and Kim was spending money like a crazy person. And it's really sad to think that they had to borrow money. So last night on Watch What Happens Live, let me see if I can find the actual clip really fast because there's so many. Yeah. So last night, kooky Andy Cohen did like this truth bomb thing. Ariana, her daughter, was in the audience. Kim was one of the guests, and Andy asked the question about it.
Ariana revealed on Next Gen that you and Croy spent all of her money that she earned as a child. Can you reveal how much money it was and what it was spent on?
Actually, the rug was pulled out from the Zolciaks. And Ariana's money was spent on bills, to be honest. I was left, holding the bag for the family. And yeah.
Did you also borrow from Brielle?
Brielle paid an electric bill here and there. I mean, I have to be so careful, guys, but
You're in the
was
middle
left with
of-
nothing. So I had to figure it out fast.
Will there be a reimbursement?
Yes, Ariana, the money I borrowed from Ariana, I paid her back. I'm saying for the bills and stuff. And as far as what she's made and all that stuff, I don't have the spreadsheets, but she will be.
Okay, I don't imagine you have any spreadsheets.
I don't have. Don't even know how to do it.
You're not a spreadsheet.
I'm not a
gal.
spreadsheet girl.
All right.
Don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Thank you very much, Kim.
That's a great way to pause Andy's face. So it's a really, really uncomfortable position to watch. If you have a parent that's like dysfunctional in any way, it's real bad. Obviously, if you watch Kim or know Kim at all in any way, you know that she's got issues with spending. She definitely, allegedly, is a addicted gambler. She's been spending crazy money through the years on shopping, on gambling, on buying like random purses. You've watched her over the years, like try to sell all these crazy big purses and shoes and this. She's always doing all these things. And it's hard to believe that she really just took Ariana's money because she didn't have money to pay for her bills. Actually, it is possible to believe that she did that, but why didn't she have the money to pay for just her bills? It's probably that she didn't have the money to pay for her bills because she was spending all her money that she should have been saving for bills on just like cigarettes and gambling. It's pretty bad. There's no positive coming out of this. And the fact that he just like throws it out there for shade on a Watch What Happens Live is just really unfortunate. Obviously, he wanted it to go viral and the clip of it to go viral. And I don't even know if it's true, but the whole mommy dearest, mother-daughter relationship stuff of it is so dark. If you actually think about it, whenever you see stories of a child having to help out their parent when the parent is not like really old, when the parent is not really like in a need, when the parent is not like really suffering, when the parent is totally still capable of making money, it's so sad. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when the child becomes the parent and Ariana is still so young and she seems like she has her shit together. Actually, Ariana, it's kind of surprising. It always makes me really, really sad. Reminds me of that movie that Natalie Portman It's not so much about money, but it kind of reminds me of that movie, the Natalie Portman, Susan Sarandon movie that I used to watch all the time. I loved that movie so much, where Susan Sarandon like wanted to escape her life from a small town. So she brought her daughter, Natalie Portman, out to Los Angeles and like drove out here, and they lived in like a small little apartment in Beverly Hills. And Susan Sarandon like wanted to be this like star and celebrity. And then she made Natalie become like a little child actress. And then she would like date all these rich people. And it's just so depressing. It gives a very like toxic mother-daughter relationship. I think it was based on a book. It was really, really depressing, but it's a great book. It's a great movie, but it's like, it's not a good, it doesn't have a good feeling to it. Yeah, exactly. Debbie says that's why Kim should be embarrassed. She's not a feeble or disabled person who shouldn't depend on children to pay her bills. Yeah. Like if you can walk and stand up and talk and move your body and get on social media and like have enough money to get your nails done and your hair done and your face done and, you know, your boobs done and all those things, like you should probably be able to freaking make $1. And your name is Kim Zolciak. Like there's ways to get brand deals. There's ways to do things. Sorry. So that really upset me. I didn't like it. Meg says Andy is, I am with you. I cannot wrap my head around Andy Cohen anymore. I just will never be able to like Andy Cohen again. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry about this for all of you guys that love Andy Cohen. But I feel like I've seen too much through the years. And it's like, I used to love him so much. I used to buy all of his books. I would listen to all of his books. I read all of his books. I loved it. I wanted to meet him. I wanted to be him. I wanted to be on Bravo. Like I wanted to be into the Bravo thing. Like I wanted to be on BravoCon stages. Like I just was so obsessed with Andy and that life. And I don't know what turns me on Andy Cohen the most. If it was like what Bethany did at first, and then I was annoyed with her for exposing it. I shoved her away for it, but I think it put something in my head a little bit. And then I started to see all these interviews, and then I heard horror stories about him from a very, very esteemed journalist that works with a very big newspaper magazine that we all know, who said, and he's written a lot of books too, and he said he's a terror. And I was like, wow, that says a lot. He's also best friends with Sarah Jessica Parker, who I heard is a terror, and best friends with Kelly Ripa, who I heard is a terror. And you start to say like, oh, and he's also best friends with John Hamm, who I heard is a terror. So like, it would be really weird if you're best friends with all these awful people, but you're the nice one. Doesn't really connect. It makes you question, right? Makes you question things. Also, can we just take 1 minute and talk about this? Andy Cohen. Thank you, by the way, for Jamie for the super chat. She says, kind of random, but is it just me or Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, Dinkelberg from Fairly Odd Parents? Or is Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, Dinkelberg from Fairly Odd Parents? LOL. I've never watched Fairly Odd Parents, but maybe you guys see that. What about this with Andy Cohen? In that scene at the reunion, when Jax Taylor gets outed for pushing Brittany Cartwright into the rose bushes 2 times. And everyone's like, we saw it. We saw it. We saw it. And Andy Cohen's like, so Brittany, how long have you been dating Julian? No reaction to the fact that the guy to your left just was outed for pushing the girl to your right into a rose bush multiple times? No reaction? Like, is that okay? I don't know. I find that kind of gross. Speaking of Sarah Jessica Parker, and Just Like That has been canceled. I didn't watch it after the first season. I don't even think I finished the first season. When I tell you, this was the most horrendous show, but the only thing I liked about it was watching my friend Addie, who is DJ Hungry Human, watching her recap the show because the recaps were so fucking funny, but the show itself was so bad. It was so insanely over the top, ridiculous. The characters were wrong. The outfits were wrong. The storylines were insane. No one wants to see Cynthia Nixon and Rosie O'Donnell bang. No one. Even lesbians don't want to see that. And you know I love a lesbian because I am loving Hunting Wives. But no one wants to see Rosie O'Donnell and Cynthia Nixon bang. Okay? I heard Carrie Bradshaw is, sorry about that. I heard Carrie Bradshaw is horrendous. I heard Cynthia Nixon is like a bumbling idiot. Apparently, what's her name? What's her name? The brunette. Cynthia Nixon, Kristen, what's her name? What's the brunette one? Charlotte. Apparently Charlotte is in vertigo constantly. She's constantly having vertigo. And then, of course, we have no Samantha. So we have all these other characters. Who cares about them? And Aiden. They ruined Aiden. And Aiden, to me, was like the best. Aiden and Carrie were all I cared about. Like, the fact that they ruined Aiden, I'm so glad I didn't watch it because nothing beats the Aiden Carrie storylines from the original Sex and the City. So I have absolutely nothing. I'm so glad. I am so glad I didn't have to watch that. And they didn't ruin that for me. What a nightmare. What a mess. I think it was way too woke. I think it was way too left. Like, you know what I mean? Like, way too. I think everything was like so out there in that side. And I think it just becomes like ridiculous. It became too ridiculous of stories. Like everything had to have some sort of meaning to it. Like it couldn't just be a show. And they were probably spending a shit ton of money on it because the salaries of all those people on the show were probably extraordinarily high. The writers' salaries were probably extraordinarily high. And shooting that show in the middle of New York with all the permits and with all the licenses and then all the wardrobe and everything, because even though those outfits are ugly, they were probably very expensively ugly. Probably not worth it. They also ruined Steve, apparently. They also ruined Steve. I only have 440 likes. You guys, what's that? Come on, get me to 5. Yeah, so it's not for me, huh? It's not for me. And I'm so glad that it's going to be done. But I'm sad because I will miss the recaps, the fun recaps about that. In terms of what I am watching and what I am doing, I am midway through the Gwyneth Paltrow biography. And guys, it's not looking good for Gwen. Not like I really cared about Gwyneth, but it's not looking good for Gwyneth. Enrique says, oh my God, Donna, I just realized something. Can we start a prayer chain for Michael Patrick King to not be involved in the comeback? Oh my God, is he going to ruin the comeback? If he ruins the comeback, he probably will ruin the comeback. It will become like, you're right. The comeback is going to be like And Just Like That. She's going to become a lesbian. Valerie Cherish is going to become a lesbian. If Michael Patrick King gets his hands on it, Valerie Cherish is going to become a lesbian, like non-binary. And I'm scared. And I will be pissed. Because Mickey died. You know, Mickey in real life, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about from the comeback, it's Mickey and Valerie Cherish. Oh my God, Mickey died in real life. So now Valerie Cherish is probably going to be like, Mickey taught me that I'm gay. Oh, fuck. According to Maureen Callahan, Michael Patrick King hates women. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I have a crush on DJ Hungry Human, and I'm straight. We all do. I'm going to send this picture to her. We all have a crush on DJ Hungry Human. We love her. Okay, I'm gonna do a tonight for Shabbat when I'm doing my I'm going out to dinner tonight when I'm lighting my proverbial candles. I'm not really going to do that at dinner, but I'm going to be like, Baruch atah Adonai. I really hope that Michael Patrick King is not involved in the comeback. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm watching The Hunting Wives. I'm listening to the Gwyneth Paltrow biography. I'm finishing up Friends and Neighbors. What else am I doing? Oh, I'm reading Hollywood Vampires. I just started that. That's about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And is there anything else? I wonder if there's anything else I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, I'll watch Next Gen NYC. You guys, what a fun show. What a fun Friday. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'll talk to you later. I hope I'll see you guys soon. Oh, Sunday, we will do a if you were part of my Patreon upper tier on Sunday night at, I think it's 4 or 5 p.m. I can't remember. It's on the Patreon. We will do a Zoom happy hour. Bring a cocktail, bring a cocky, or just bring a LaCroix or a coffee, and we will hang out. We'll have a drink and we'll gossip all you want. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Shabbat shalom. Talk to you soon.